First is, how do you know when it's time to give up? And how do you keep going when things are not working?
So this is there's a handful of what I call like eternal questions that I don't think they're more dichotomies to be managed than problems to solve. And so, how much should I consume today versus invest into tomorrow? How much risk am I willing to take? Which is the classic: should I push or should I pivot for an entrepreneur? And the answer that no one's going to like is that it's actually up to you. So there's kind of like good failure and bad failure. So good failure is like, I tried something and I saw that it didn't work and I realized what I need to do instead, and I'm going to iterate continuously. Bad failure is where I have an assumption that the world of the conditions were going to be this way, and my assumption was false. If I find out after starting some iterations that one of my 3 or 4 assumptions that underpin this being successful long-term is not true, then I should not keep trying to pursue this. And that is where I would say we need to pivot. In a situation where none of the conditions none of the need to beliefs have changed, all of those conditions are still the same, and it's a deficiency in skill, then that is where I would push. Now, how long will it take is going to be completely predicated on how quickly you can learn and the quality of that feedback. And so the commitment part, if you want to increase your commitment in anything, so I define commitment by the elimination of alternatives. Right, so marriage is the ultimate commitment. You eliminate all alternatives, right? And so it's like, we want to get married to this opportunity. We get married to this business. So we have to eliminate all alternatives, which means when your friend says, "Hey, I made 10 grand doing this thing," you say, "That's amazing. I don't know anything about that, and I know 2 months of suffering from this one, and I'm going to start at 0 there. So I'd rather be 2 months in on this one." But with that push or pivot, we have to just take things to the natural extreme, which is how I like to do it, which is, okay, well, if I do this for 10 years and I keep getting better, do I think it's likely that I'll succeed? And the answer is usually yes. And I think Naval said, it's not 10,000 hours, it's 10,000 iterations. And I tend to believe that.
There'll be people saying, I want to make 100K a month. And then there'll be people saying, we want to make $100 million business. What's the difference at each of those levels?